Girls, be careful walking down because remember there's things under there. Just a reminder of the branches underneath. Forget about the branches. Don't forget about the branches underneath.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. So happy to have everybody here tonight. Thank you for joining us for Kelsey and Sean's wedding. My name is John Boskin, and I'm actually Kelsey's older brother, so it is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight to perform this wedding. So once again, I just want to welcome all of you and say thank you. We're gathered together in the presence of God and these witnesses to join Sean and Kelsey in holy matrimony. May they always be together now and forever. Marriage is a gift from God, given to us so that we might experience the joys of unconditional love with a lifelong partner. And who gives Kelsey to be married to Sean? Mom and Dad. The Bible describes 4 types of love. And the greatest of those loves is agape love. Agape love is a Greek word that means a godlike love, or an unconditional love. I like to think of it as a love that says, I love you anyway type of love. It's super important to have a strong marriage, and I think if you were to ask anybody here that has a strong marriage, they would probably all tell you that that type of love is essential, an unconditional love. I know it seems strange to talk about that today on your wedding day because everything is perfect, right? Everything's fresh, everything's new, everything's exciting, and you probably are thinking to yourself, this is a marriage made in heaven. What could possibly go wrong? Yes. Well, just keep in mind, so is thunder and lightning and tornadoes, many other things. No, in all seriousness, though, with agape love, I wanted to share a story about Kelsey. And Kelsey, when she was a little girl, she had a teddy bear. And this teddy bear was Whitey. And Whitey was her favorite bear, still is her favorite bear. And over the years, she's had Whitey, and Whitey's been through trials and tribulations with her. And but this was one of those special bears where you didn't go anywhere without it, and you most certainly were not going to go to bed and sleep at night without that special bear. And one evening, my parents were on one of their crazy vacations that they take where they decide to pedal bikes across an entire state for fun. And while they were doing this, Kelsey was with them, and somewhere along the route, Whitey managed to fall out of the van. And nobody could find Whitey, and this was pretty traumatic, and it was about 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so at night, and Whitey still hadn't turned up, and they had torn the van apart and was nowhere to be found. Kelsey, of course, was getting ready for bed, and she was in tears and crying her head off and could not manage to go to bed without Whitey. When all of a sudden another bicyclist appeared out of nowhere, and he asked her, "Why are you crying, little girl?" And she let him know that she had lost her bear. And he told her that, he saw a bear kind of like that about 50 miles back up the road, and it was sitting at the end of a driveway. So my dad decided at 10:45 at night, with the storm rolling in and the lightning crashing, that he would hop in his car and head 50 miles up the road to go find little Whitey. And at exactly mile mark 50, as it turned over, he looked over on the side of the road, and sure enough, Whitey's eyes were shining in the headlights, looking back at him. And I share this story with you for a couple of reasons. One, it shows Kelsey's unconditional love for this bear. It also shows the unconditional love of her dad, who said, "I love you, and I'm going to go out at 11 o'clock at night and search for your bear." Now, my kids are here today, and they're hearing this story, and I'm sure they're probably thinking, "Wow, my dad would have never done that." In fact, he might have said something like, "Get over it, we'll pick up a new one at the next truck stop." But today, she actually still has Whitey.
Aww.
And Whitey joined us for the wedding, and I wanted Whitey to make an appearance for one reason, because as you can see, Whitey's not the same pure white teddy bear that she was so many years ago. And I think that this is a demonstration of what happens to all of us, isn't it? And it's certainly a reflection of what happens during a marriage. We age. Sometimes we tarnish. We get tattered, weathered. And yet we love anyway. We love anyway. And I wanted to just say, Sean, as you look at Kelsey here today and all of her perfection, believe it or not, it's hard to believe, there will come a day where she may not seem as perfect. I know. This thing called gravity just might set in. She may even stop shaving her legs. Although you're in Colorado, so that's probably okay. And Kelsey, Sean, as you see him here today, there may come a day where perhaps he won't be as perfect as he is today. Maybe he'll have someday less hair up here and more hair in places where he's not supposed to have hair. But my prayer for both of you is that just as you've loved Whitey over the years, that you will love each other with an agape love, just as Jesus loves you. Now, Sean, one last bit of advice as you go into this. If you ever get invited on Fran to ride your bike across Iowa, first off, just say no. But should you get roped into this event, and they manage to leave you at a truck stop or on the side of the road somewhere, I pray that the family has enough agape love for you that they would come back and get you. Now, before we ask Sean and Kelsey to take their vows, I'd like just a little bit of audience participation, if you don't mind. You see, you folks are not just here to witness, to observe, and to celebrate. But I'd like to ask each of you to do something a little bit more. I'd like to ask each of you to mark this date on your calendar as a special date, a date that you'll remember from here forward. And I'd like to ask each of you, in not only remembering that date, but to support these two, to guide these two, and to be there for these two, to help them to remain faithful to each other and to God as they go through this journey together. If you could do that for me, would you mind just saying, I do?
I do.
Sean and Kelsey, because your deep love for each other comes from God above, this is a sacred moment, and it's with great reverence that I now ask you to declare your intent. So Sean, if you wouldn't mind repeating after me at the end of this, or not repeat after me, respond to me with I do at the end of this. Okay. Sean, you take Kelsey to be your wedded wife, to live together in holy matrimony. Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, remaining faithful to her as long as you both shall live? And Kelsey, if you do the same, do you take Sean to be your wedded husband, to live together in holy matrimony? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, remaining faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Today is the beginning of a new life together for both of you. It marks the commencement of new relationships for your families, your friends, and most certainly for each other. And God knew your needs when He brought you two together. He knew exactly what the two of you needed to be complete. And now, He wants you two to commit yourselves to each other as the one that He has chosen to complete you. You know, through the ages, there's been lots done to try to define love. Songs have been written, poems have been written, books have been written to describe that little four-letter word. But I think in all the things that I've seen and I've looked at, nothing describes it and explains it any better than the author of love himself, which is God. In his words in 1 Corinthians, it describes a kind of love that must characterize your lives if you're to live together in joy and harmony and honor with each other, and also before God and fellow man. Listen to what it says here, and hear these words closely. They're so important to live by. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and always endures through every circumstance. You see, there will be days, you guys, where you may lack patience. Believe it or not, it does happen. I know my wife would say that never happens in my house. It may happen, but love each other anyway. And there may be days where one of you is jealous momentarily. Love each other anyway. And there may be days when one of you is more rude or demanding. Never. Love each other anyway. You see, feelings will change over time. Your circumstances will change over time. You may end up rich, and you may end up poor. Your experiences will challenge you. Your health may become an issue someday. Your career paths may change someday. But love is the one thing that will stay consistent through it all, unwavering and unyielding. Through the good and through the bad. Through the peaks and the valleys. Through the highs and the lows. Through the ups and the downs. Those basically all mean the same thing. I wanted to drive the point home, right? Through all of it, let your love remain strong for each other. Sean, I believe what you're saying to us here today is that you're committing yourself to this woman only and moving towards her in a more intimate way, giving yourself to care for her and promising to love her as she needs to be loved. And Kelsey, I believe you're saying to us today that you're committing yourself to this man only, moving towards him in increasing openness, tenderness, and respect, giving yourself to him and trusting him as the head of your home, and through him, listening to God's plan for your life together. You guys ready to take the vows? Ready. Okay. All right. Sean, if you could repeat after me. I, Sean, take thee, Kelsey, to be my wedded wife.
I, Sean, take thee, Kelsey, to be my wedded wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or poorer.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
Sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
Love and to cherish.
Till death do us part. I'm not supposed to cry. Wow. Sorry. Kelsey? Repeat after me. We may not get through this. I, Kelsey.
I, Kelsey,
Take thee, Sean.
take thee, Sean,
To be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband,
To have and to hold.
to have and to hold
From this day forward.
from this day forward,
For better or for worse.
for better or for worse,
For richer or for poor.
for richer or for poor,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and cherish.
to love and cherish,
Till death do us part.
till death do us part.
The wedding ring, it serves as a symbol of promises you have just spoken. It's an outward sign, an outward visible sign of an invisible inward love that binds your two hearts together. The wedding ring is also a symbol of what God is. He is without beginning and without ending. He is eternal. As you can see, the ring is without beginning and without end. So I believe this exchange of rings not only reminds us of the unending love you have for each other, but also reflects the eternal love God has for each of you. May we have the rings, please? Good thing we didn't double knot. Sean, if you would place the ring on Kelsey's finger. And repeat after me. Yes. This ring I give in token and pledge. As a sign of my love and devotion, with this ring I do wed. Kelsey, would you place the ring on Sean's finger? And would you repeat after me? With this ring I give in token and pledge.
With this ring, I give pledge,
As a sign of my love and devotion,
a sign of my love and devotion,
with this ring I do wed.
with this ring I do wed.
If you would mind joining me in a blessing and a prayer of these two. Our Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing upon these two lives and the home they are establishing today. May the love they have for each other grow deeper and stronger because of their love for you. Lord, you guided them to each other. Now guide them in this new journey as husband and wife. As they walk down this path, light their way so they may keep their eyes focused on your will. Their hands holding fast to your truth. Their feet firmly planted in your word. And their hearts bound together by your love. This we pray in your name today, Jesus. Amen. Sean and Kelsey have a saying that they like, and it is always together, now, and forever. And since you have consented together in holy matrimony and have pledged yourselves to each other by your vows, by the giving of your ring, and you have declared your commitment of love before God and these witnesses today, I now pronounce you husband gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to introduce, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Mueller.
We sprinted. It was a sprint.
We have to get a picture?
No, we're supposed to go that way. Remember? I remember two girls.
You look great.
Thank you.
How about you? Wonderful I will make it. How did you not do that? I was like, jump. The whole time. I was like, don't make it.
You need to stand up.
Keep going, Raina.